Hey guys, Legacy JPS here, and here we are looking at Master Grade Kyrios Gundam from Gundam 00 Season 1. So this is the third Gundam of 00 Season 1. So let's show this begins lineup. The fourth one comes out in December with being the 2-for-1 Virtue Naudile. And hopefully after that we'll see Season 2 other ones like the Cheridon, the Arios, which I'm really looking forward to, and the Cervi, which is another one I'm looking forward to. Yes, I also got his chest lighting up. That's the LED in there. Somehow the things about these with these LEDs in there usually irks me trying to get them in. But yeah, this is the third one. He's actually the tall one too. He's actually taller than the rest of them. Also, you would think when you look at his foot he has a decent footprint, but actually when you look underneath, yeah, you don't get much of a footprint. So you really got to work with what you have. Also, make sure you follow the instructions correctly, because I did a big oof on mine, which I had to take the arms off to do. That's because due to how this one is, there's two different connector ports, two different pegs you use for the arms, a long and a short. This one uses the short ones while the others use the long ones. So make sure you put the right ones on. Otherwise these shoulders will not connect in, because the way these are built is the shoulder connector is here, but the arms is further out away from the shoulder connector. So yeah, there's that. In fact, I could show you with this arm if it comes off. Yeah, that's the shoulder connector, the arm connector. It's just basically connected into the shoulder. That's it. Normally they're connected to the shoulder and arm, but no, due to how this is built, because the arm is in there and you can see it, but the shoulder is built around it, and then the connector is there. So no 2-for-1. Sorry. So yeah, this is the third one, and don't mind the big over protruding knee armor here. So yeah, that's the thing. He does have the holographic seals on him, like he was seen on the Dynamis or the Exia. He has 10. He has one at each leg up here at the top, which you can see kind of reflecting off the light. Yeah, one there. You got one on each side of the torso in here, which you can see right about this red piece in the middle. It's hard to tell, but there is one in there. You got two on the head, one on each side, which you probably can't tell or see. Let me try auto-focusing. It's there, right there near the top. It's hard to see, but it's there. And then he has 4 in the arms. I mean 2 in each arm. Now you can see one here when I bend the elbow. There's the first one, and then the other one is right there on the back. Overall, it's a unique design, and I do like what I saw on the plate that said GN frames. And there was a lot of leftover parts, like the other parts for the shoulders. Different parts here that's used in the inner frame on his knees, which was more, instead of it being like 2 pieces, there was just a whole piece, so you can build it without this, which makes me to believe that maybe in the near future we may see a Arios or GN Archer, maybe in Master Grade form, because Archer Arios is a thing, so we may see both, just maybe. Or we may see Harut, maybe, I don't know. We got the Quanta, so what's to say we won't see the rest. But yeah, that's enough of that. Now, in terms of stickers, he doesn't come with a lot. You got the well, that that light. So you got the camera, you got the eyes stickers, you got the front camera sticker, And you also get one for the back of the head as well. I think that's it. And you also get one for his beam submachine gun, a little green sticker in there. So yeah, he doesn't come with a lot of stickers, just a bare minimum. But then you also get another sticker sheet, which is this here, so you can toss these all over them. I do know like this one would be like on the chest. A lot of these the big ones here goes on the orange parts, which they show up much easier on transformation, but therefore the these orange parts here on the back, on the shoulders, the back skirts, and I think there's one that goes on this nose cone here. And like I said, his balance is not the best because he doesn't have a big footprint surface area to work with. So that's generally about the gist of everything that comes with this. He also has an action-based connector. Now, the manual, with how this is, I have his action-based connector already attached to him right there in the back. It's not hard to attach because technically you actually have to slide his whole back skirt off in order to slide that on, but because of how this Master Grade is, I decided to leave it on. So let's go ahead and get into articulation, because his articulation is pretty good too. For articulation, the head goes up and down. It actually can lift up it's actually on a hinge like the Dynamis, where it can come up for some reason, not sure why, but he can look way far back and pretty far forward down. So there's that. His little tail fin here, or head fin, does move for transformation purposes. So does these little side pieces, they move as well. The arms, on this part here from the body, they can move out that far, so they can pretty far split from the body. The arms, when they're in, can go out there, and the arms got pretty good forward motion and back motion too when you pull them out from the body. Arms can go around 360, but remember, if you rotate them upwards, basically they're going to come out. These parts here in the back, these orange parts, they're on a ball joint, so they can move out the way. Elbows are double jointed. Wrist is on a hinge. The wrist part here is on a hinge, so the wrist can move forwards and back. Then the hand itself is on a hinge, so it can do that and that. These are also interchangeable hands, so I'll get into the rest of those later. So you have enough to have like a pair, so like I think he has like 3 pairs of fingers. So arms, you get a good amount of rotation in them, as you expect, despite how big and bulky his arms are. You do get a good amount of rotation in there. I still like design of Arios better. I wish they had made a masquerade of that. Front skirts can move pretty far forward up too, and kind of rotate off to the side. Sorry. And these are ball jointed, so he doesn't have side skirts, so you can get pretty much whatever you want out of this with the ball jointed front skirts that's not actually connected towards, it's not connected here in the middle part, it's connected towards the center part here on the waist. Back skirts can move because I believe they're on ball joints as well. And his beam saber handles, I'm not sure you can see it, but there you go. They are stored on his back skirts right there. Legs can go forwards and back as far as the back skirts will let them. Legs are double jointed with a nice... There is no leg split. That armor design is like that intentionally, like when I said on Wing Zero that the design was made for that to be there like that. Also, the legs can go out pretty far, so he could basically do a full split if he wanted to as well. These parts here on the side of the leg don't move as much. Well, these black parts don't move at all, but at least no gimmick here is there's a little tab here at the top here that if I push down, it pushes out like the GN. I forgot what these are called, but it pushes out these little thrusters on the side. So the little gimmick built into it is right here where my index finger is. If I push down on it, you can see how it pushes down on this. And I just push back on the other one, push it back up. These are also 00 style Gundam ankles, so you know how their articulation works. So nothing to really write home about it there. For some odd reason though, despite how his foot is built like this, he does have this part open up like almost like he was trying to flat foot himself, which is kind of awkward looking. I was like, I don't know why one of them is sitting lower than the other, but no, part of it is turned, that's why. I might have messed up his toe, his foot. No, maybe I didn't. I feel like I did. Or maybe I did something I shouldn't have done. And the ankle guards also, they move as well, you know, as they should. But overall, it's a pretty nice design of Kyrios, how it should be. There is some spots here for panel lining here and there. But also, like a lot of newer master grades, if you see gray, that's like anywhere like you see gray, like on the shoulders, that's inner frame. Same thing here on the orange parts back here on the back skirts, inner frame. And these back parts here, this can move up so far and moves down, and these are just pegged in. Well, not pegged in, they're clipped in. So one can go down and up so far, and this one can do the same thing. But it is double hinge because there's a hinge here and then a hinge up top, so it gets a good range of motion. And there's also like yellow parts here up top that pop out that you can see. So something I want to mention about this, now that I just remember, there was quite a bit of clear parts on this guy. You'd be like, okay, so what's the big deal? Like, I built enough of these dump below kits to know. So, like, on 00, like, all the 00 and Exia kits I have, even my Dynamis, you get clear green and that's it. You might get a clear part for the head. You get the clear parts for the head and then that's it, but the rest is like, here's a clear green that goes over the arms and, like, the legs or whatever. Sorry. 00 did the same thing where it's like, all he had was, like, clear green parts and, like, maybe he had like clear green parts on him on his plates, so like the clear green circles that goes on the arms, same thing like on the legs and the head, and a clear green neck piece and everything, and like eyes and everything for his face. Well, you know what they did with this guy? So, let's take a look at this part right here. It looks normal. It looks really normal to you, right? Well, guess what? Behind that clear green piece is a clear piece. Yes. So, like, normally with 00 kits, like, you know, you'll have, like, a sticker and then a clear green piece over it. I'm pretty sure you've seen this plenty of times, like, when I've done, like, 00 or Exia. It'll say, like, G and something, like, 00 Gundam. That's like it will say there. Well, on this one, it's a clear piece, and then it's a sticker, a clear piece, and then this clear green piece right over top of it. I don't know why they did that. Because they did this on not only the arms, but also on the head. So the head is the same way. Also, this head was a funky build too. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also, this one is also does not have polycaps. So there's no polycaps in here. But that's enough of that. Let's go on and get into his accessories. So the first accessory you get is his shield, which I actually do like. It was a pain in the tail to build, but it's really nice. It pegs into the arms, but it doesn't feel like it holds tight with these two pegs up here at the top right here. And this piece rotates, so it can fit on the arm any kind of way. It also extends here at the handle, and it also can bend. He's like, okay, what's so great about that? Oh, but there's more. Also, this handle actually it does slide with the connector point. And then you also get the grip part, so you can grip somebody and give them the squeeze. Yeah, so you can do exactly that. So yeah, it works pretty well. But that's not all. Also, at the base here, it just clips on, and the rest are just clipped into each other too. But that's not all. So inside here, there's a little hole, and there's another accessory you get that goes in there, and that's the little blade part too. So you can plug in a blade and be like, impale. Impale. And the nice thing is you can actually close this up and still hide it behind in the shield. You can also have the shield bent even with in the closed position. Especially if you want to use it like a weapon like so. You can also ink this up or panel on this little blade part too. I chose not to because I forgot to do it at the time. Only because I was kind of disappointed because I got it so late from the Lunar Toy stores. Next up is you get two flat pink beams. And like I said, the beam sabers are on his back skirts, but you do get two of these. You get two GM missile, like these are GM missile pods, I believe. I haven't watched season 1 in a long time, but I'm pretty sure these are GM missile pods. I think that's what the manual calls them too. In fact, I had the manual like right next to me. Oh, they're called hand missile units. That's what the manual call them. So the way these are connected on is, if you look at the bottom, you see a slot and a hole. Well, they did something uniquely different with this, which gets on to one of the next accessories. So there's two unique accessories here. Okay, here we go. So first off is these pieces here, which are arm guards that there's a slot in them that pegs into the arms, the forearms, like so. And like when you do that, you can then peg these, you can clip them on and have them like so on his arm. Nice, huh? Now, I do not think that the arm is wide enough to reach. Whoops. I don't think the arm is wide enough for him to kind of reach. And these things can rotate around too. But like I said, I don't think the arm is wide enough to reach all the way from like... The peg is... The peg is there on the front. Well, not the slot, but it's not far enough forward for it to reach the hand. So you have that. That's basically how you're supposed to have them displayed. But if you do not want to do that, you get two of these. These are the hands, the grip hands for this. And you can just peg them in like so. I gotta make sure I put these in the right way because they go in a certain order. So take this. The part that curves is the part that goes up here where there's kind of like a slotted. It's hard to tell, but it's kind of slotted at the top. And it just slides in like so. And you could have it hold it in his hand like so. But like I said, you get two handles. But remember, he has 3 weapons. And I didn't show this off, but let's go ahead and get this shield onto his arm, as much as I don't like this idea. There. Pegs in smoothly on the arm, but I'm not counting on it to hold its position and stay. And now I'm trying to fix his foot balancing issues because I feel like I knocked it out of balance. Like it's not holding. Or maybe it's just me. So, like I said, he has other accessories. And he has other hands. Or other fingers. So, what you see on him is a pair. One is a displayed open hand. And the other is a closed fist on his left hand. Here's the other displayed open hand for his left, and the closed fist for the right. So there's those pairs of hands. You get another pair of hands. I'm making sure I got the right ones. Here's the pair of beam saber holding hands. These are for the beam sabers. There is a slot in there, so these are for holding the beam sabers. And then this is for his left hand, but this is a weapon holding hand for the trigger. And here's the other one on the other trigger. And this one, and I'm basically going to have them all displayed like this with the for his beam submachine gun. Just plug it in like so. Now, due to transformation, the scope is kind of pushed down. Kind of hard to do, even for me. I could do it the cheesy way and just pulling it up like so it's in use for mobile suit mode. But there is a little tab here on the back that when I push down, it kind of pushes itself up. So when I have to push down on this one, it will push the sight up for me. But I've been only able to do it once. Okay, there we go. It pushes the sight up, and we can plug this into his hand, and now he has his beam submachine gun. Or is it a beam I think it's either a submachine gun or a beam machine gun. Also, due to how I know there's like hole slots in here. There's slots in his arm for the shield, but it just doesn't feel like his arm can hold it. But he's also needs work for his balancing issues. But yeah, this is basically all the accessories for Kyrios. And they do a good job for what it's worth. I just wish he had a better footprint, but he is better suited to be on an action base, which sadly I don't have an extra for. But it's neither here nor there. So next up is the transformation, and I haven't done it yet, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. At least not as bad as Wing Zero's was. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into his transformation. Also, I did forget one thing, and that's his cockpit open up. So these orange pieces, if you move them outwards, and then you can flip down the hatch so you can see the cockpit. Not that you need to move down the orange parts, because it's not like these get in the way. So let's go ahead and do the transformation. So I'm going to take off the shield, and we're going to disattach the submachine gun from this. So do his needs any prep work? No, but I'm going to leave both of these on his arm. And if you're curious, his torso is on a ball joint. I mean, not a ball joint. It's on a peg. He's on a peg, and this is like a side-to-side swivel in his body. So if you built, like I say, if you built one of 00 Gundam's Master Grades, you built more. So first things first, flip down the bits on his shoulder. We're going to lift the head up and lean it back, and also while we're doing that, move this down. Also, Kyrios has such a weird face to me. Feels weird. Also, I forgot to mention one other thing. His hips are actually on a sliding mechanism. They're on that sliding track. So like if you look down below, you might see something come out. Yeah, so his legs are on that. So if one slides down, the other slides down with it. So there is that. So the next thing is, well, this part is already down. Normally it's connected to this, but yeah, is to get this flipped up and get the yellow piece through there and basically flip this up over his head. Move these orange bits out to the side, and we're having these parts connected to his arms because the way the arm's going to get rotated, it'll be fine. The next thing is, oh boy, I'm going to need something to pop these out. So there's little tabs in his shoulders, and like I said, I don't have fingernails to really do this, so I'm gonna use my nippers to help me pull them out. There. There's tabs on each shoulder that I need to pull out. Like I said, I'm trying to be gentle with this, so okay. So I got both tabs out. So what is the purpose of these tabs? They're going to connect right into that nose cone right there on the side where you can see. So we're going to do just like so. Bring the arms down as well though, and rotate them inwards, but also rotate the hands and bend them in. Yeah, because apparently the manual showed them outwards when it was lifted up and connected inwards, and we just rotate the arms down. Technically, you don't need the hand attached for this. Well, it's not like he's technically going to hold the weapon due to how the arms look. So, trying to go ahead and get this hand attached back, well, fingers attached back on. And then bent inwards. So this is basically what we have so far. And then we bring these parts right back down. Don't know why these parts are not really, they feel like they lock in, but they don't. The next step is to turn turn the legs outwards. So now that these are turned outwards, we're going to take the foot each and bend them downwards, and the ankle guards. Pull these out and swing them down so they're like wings. They don't lock in or anything. And then I'm going to take the foot and rotate them like so. So basically this is basically it. This is basically it, really. It's the silliest, weirdest thing I've seen for a transformation. I mean, this is what it looks like from the back. I mean, make of it as you will. And this is what it looks like from the front. Well, you can still see clearly the upper half is a Gundam But if you're looking at it like this, yeah, you think it's a fighter jet or something, but it's not that impressive. So with this said, you got these 2 points here. The beam rifle has a hole here at the bottom, so you could attach that to it like so. Or if you still have the other 2, your GM hand missiles, you can attach both of those to here. So it has missiles. It has hand missiles on it. This is the weirdest thing ever for transforming Gundam. I don't know what they was thinking. I am not crazily impressed by it. But we're going to give him the standard armament fare because that's pretty much what I will leave him with. Oh yes, and the shield can still be attached on. And you just reattach it to the arm like so. But make sure you open up the shield first. And then you basically close it up around. You're basically closing it up around there like so. Yeah, this is... It's something I am not crazy about. I mean, yay, but I feel so... I don't know. It's like... when you like something but then you get the transformation, you're like... ugh. But then again, even I can't complain because even the Arios' transformation is not that great, because Arios' transformation is literally just the same thing as this. The shoulders connect up here. Except in that one, the shoulders actually acted like the vice grip claw when it was transformed. So yeah, it's something. I am just I just know I don't. It's like one of those things you see it and you're like, oh yeah, cool, but then you're like, oh right. You're just like, I just don't feel anything for it, because you're like, it's like I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, because the transformation isn't bad, but it's just like, what was you guys thinking? And this could have been so much better. I mean, overall, it's not bad, but the transformation feels like it could have been better. But then again, this is 00 we're talking about, so it's not like we was watching it to see it always transformed. Nice hat. So yeah, I mean, I can't say I was super enthusiastic about Arios and its transformation. but it's something. So let's get on to the final thoughts of Kyrios, shall we? So, final thoughts on Kyrios. It's not a bad master grade. In fact, it's a nice kit. I do like the design, some of the attention to detail they put into it. I thought that the double color parts might have been a bit excessive on the arms and the head. But overall, it does the job well. Now, I can't nitpick or gripe about the transformation because this is 00 we're talking about, and this is not like it's, I don't know, like Zeta Gundam where, you know, when it does transform, it goes from being a mobile suit to almost half the size to hide itself. Hell, even better yet, Excess Gundam does the same thing. Double Zeta does the same thing in transformation. So, USC mobile suits are different. Well, technically, he just does a better transformation, sort of. But besides the point, the Massacre overall, in general, it's not bad. It looks great. Is it worth picking up? If you get in the whole collection of 00, yes, get it. It's worth it. If not, that's only if you just like this in general, or you probably like the color orange, or maybe you just like the design of it. I will say though, it's better suited to be on an action base for reasons, because he has a weak surface area footprint, which really can hinder how he stands, and even just get him to stand like this, how he is kind of hard. But overall, his articulation, the articulation that you can get in certain areas, like the head to get that kind of range, is nice. The legs is not bad despite how crazy he looks. He is a tall boy, so if you do like something on the slightly taller side, yeah, he is worth it. His articulation is good. He doesn't lack or hinder in any aspect. It's just that you just got to get past his feet, and once you do, he is pretty good to have. And just like I said, just doing this pose is a pain to make him stand up on it. And I'm basically trying to use his heels differently to help support him. Because whatever it is about the design of it, it is not working for them. Which, if they do a Massacre Arios or GN Archer, I feel like it's going to be an issue there too. But then again, I always had this issue with 00 kits and the weak stability in ankles or their feet of standing. But overall, this kit shines really well enough, and with the others he would look great. So there is only one more left to do, and that is the 7 Sword G, which will be next. And then hopefully maybe from Sucker, if I'm not on deployment from work, I'll try to do the Virtue. And I'm probably going to have mixed feelings about that one, but hey, I'm out for the collection. So, until then, laters.